in my opinion, you're not meant to live as seriously as a lot of people take it as. And this all links back to the whole thing about being cosmically irrelevant, as in no one's going to remember what you do or your name in, let's say, 3 generations. And I know that sounds scary to you, but just really accepting this and understanding it is so beneficial for everything you do. And you will think about this every day and it will drive you to do even better things. It's kind of in the kind of paradoxical way. Learning that and understanding that it doesn't really matter and you should stop taking life so seriously is so beneficial and so powerful for everything you do. So yeah, today that's what we'll be talking about. So literally everything nowadays is literally catered towards optimization, performance, and this is because of social media, whatever. Everything has to be optimized, everything has to be perfect. And I'm not saying don't try, but you've got to direct your seriousness towards something rather than everything. If you're serious about everything, that will really just tire you out. Imagine you optimize every single thing in your life, I think that's impossible, literally, and I don't think it's beneficial for you. So you've got to realize when to change gears and when to really focus on something instead of trying to optimize every single little thing in your life. And that's the whole thing about where seriousness comes in. A lot of people take stuff which they don't really care about a lot more seriously than they don't, which sounds kind of like counterintuitive in a way, but we all do it when we think about it. We take things so seriously when we realize like in 6 months time we won't care about them. It's just between short term and long term. That's what it is. We realize in a year, 6 months, we don't really care, but we still take it so seriously, and we let things like this beat us up. So just realizing that you don't have to take everything so seriously, and you can choose what to take seriously. I'm not saying this whole video isn't about don't take anything seriously, obviously not, but the vast majority of us take so much seriously, and things we don't need to take seriously are a lot more serious than the things we actually want to focus on. And I'll just try to guide you through that today. For example, one of the biggest things we take more seriously than we should are things outside of control. And that relates to the whole stoic mindset thing, which I've gone over on this channel so many times, but I'll just describe it now. Just realizing that there are things outside your control. A lot of things are outside your control. And it's the whole illusion of control thing, where we tend to think if we plan everything out, we have control over it, when in reality we don't. And we take these things a lot more seriously than we should, because there is no point taking it that seriously if we can't control them. And just realizing this and really just like, almost like analyzing your life and analyzing your thoughts and actually like doing an audit of your thoughts. Literally just thinking like, has there been a time in the last week where I've taken it seriously when I don't need to because I have no control over it, is so beneficial, and makes you understand yourself a lot better than most people. And I think self-understanding is one of the biggest aims of most people, whether they know it or not. A lot of people want to understand themselves more than they actually do. So just realizing this and realizing that this can be all done simply. A lot of people like overcomplicate stuff like self-understanding, stuff like just knowing yourself, but really just take time to literally, we don't take a lot of time on this normally, we're always so distracted normally, but just taking time in understanding your thoughts and understanding, have I taken this more seriously than I probably should have, and just really going over it will just make you think about it in the future a lot more. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. It takes time, it's like a skill, but really just doing it for the first time, doing it the first few times, really makes you think about it. So I'd suggest you do that. Obviously, I would suggest like pen and paper do it, but you can do it on your phone, whatever. Pen and paper works the best for me. So yeah, really just take time doing that. And another thing that really relates to this is the whole issue with your identity and what you work on and how serious you should be, which might sound kind of vague, but I'll explain it. So a lot of people tend to make their actions and make what they do that part of their identity, which makes sense. But a lot of people tend to go over the top with this, like as in if you fail something, they think their grades is their identity. They tie it to themselves and they feel really bad about themselves. And obviously that's not the case. That's not who you are, obviously. And they tend to think, oh yeah, your relationships are your identity. And it's especially like prevalent when things aren't going so great in your life. Okay, and that's obviously not healthy for you. And obviously you want to get rid of that. And that's where the whole seriousness thing comes in, because everyone is really scared of being wrong and being silly just because, you know, they're too serious about it and everything's wrong. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, if I do that, people are going to judge me, people are going to do that. That's also to do with what's in your control and what's not. That's their problem. That's what they're thinking. That's not in your control. So why would you worry about it? It sounds logical when I spell it out like this, but it's not in the moment, which I totally get. It just takes time to learn this and takes time to really understand it. And a really good quote, I think, really sums up this whole video, this whole concept of just seriousness and choosing what to be serious in is, one day you realize nobody was watching and you could do whatever you wanted to do. And that's one of the reasons why I started this channel and started doing this, because you realize that you can literally do anything, talk about anything. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. And there's that famous thing where you can take that two ways, where nobody cares, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want, or nobody cares, I shouldn't do anything at all. It's up to your perspective, but obviously nobody cares. Do what you want. Like, nobody cares. Like, sorry, I literally just ran out of iPhone storage. But what I was saying, nobody cares. Literally just do what you want, man. And like, it all goes back to the main question or main thing you should ask yourself: what is the worst that can happen? Just ask yourself that, reflect on it. I hope you learned something today, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much.